Welcome to the Market Mystics podcast. I'm Joshua.
I'm Kim. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Kim, it's good to see you. Welcome to Monday with the Market Mystics. How's it going?
It's going well. Welcome to Monday with the Market Mystics. I called someone today, which number one, I'm a millennial, and that is a feat in itself. And I said, Happy Monday. And they said, Is it?
That's funny.
I was like, yes, I think so.
So probably we've talked about this, but I drive like 2 hours a day for work. And recently my insurance company said, hey, if you sign up for our driving app, it could save you like 10% on your car insurance. And I was like, that's not an insignificant amount of money. So let me sign up for this. So I signed up for it, and it tracks like your speed, the time of day that you drive. But because it's an app on your phone and not just something that plugs into your car, it also tracks your phone usage, and it dings you for every time you look at your phone.
Like while driving?
Yeah, while driving. And even if you're stopped, like at a stoplight or something, it still counts that.
Dang it.
And it's really challenging because like today, so I drive an hour. I opened my phone one time to change the song that was playing. And then I got there and I was like, oh, like that was a really great trip. Let me look at the thing. And it was like, had a red mark by it. And it was like phone usage. And I was like, one time on an hour drive.
Funny.
But it also records. This is what made me think of it when you were talking about you made a phone call. Phone calls are not, you can't do it. Even if it's like hands-free playing through your Bluetooth, it still counts
What?
that, because it's like hands-free drive or using your phone hands-free is still distracted driving. And I was like, that's crazy talk.
Okay, listen, I don't know what insurance company this is, but obviously they've never had toddlers that have ridden in the car with them, because I will tell you that is more distracted driving than any kind of phone call I've ever had.
That's funny. Well,
Just there's my soapbox moment.
I talked to my insurance agent and I was like, this is kind of crazy. Um, and he was like, well, because I don't know, like we don't really advertise this, but once you get the discount, you can delete the app. Like it's not a requirement to stay on it forever. You just don't get discounts going forward. Like, you'll get like a one-time discount, but that doesn't mean you'll get it on every renewal.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like, I don't know that I like want my driving monitored that closely every single time I drive. It's just very like, I feel like I'm sounding like I'm promoting reckless driving or driving while being on your phone, and I'm really not. But I think changing your song one time or using Bluetooth to make a phone call uh, should probably not ding you for using your phone.
I mean, I agree, but I also have a friend who you might know, Josh, who would always say, drive fast, take chances.
That's fair. That's fair. I've heard that saying before.
Yeah, it's so wild that we've both heard that, Josh.
I don't know who you're referring to, Kim.
I I don't know, but maybe our listeners could narrow it down.
That's funny.
I'm not sure. However, I do want to say this about your app. I kind of think it's an interesting concept because your insurance company is training you to drive a certain way.
Yeah. And I view the app like a game. Like after every time I drive, I'm like looking at it to be like, did I get a good score? And so it's like encouraging me. Here, I'll tell you what I did today on my way home. Was listening to a podcast and it froze 20 minutes into my 1 hour drive, and I didn't fix it because I didn't want to unlock my phone and get dinged while I was driving. So I spent the next 40 minutes not listening to anything because I couldn't get it to play. So
That's
it
funny.
is changing the way I drive because I'm competitive with it and I want every drive to have the little green check mark by
Mission accomplished, Progressive or
it.
Geico or
It's all
Allstate.
state. It's all state, yeah.
That's funny. I've also been driving a lot more. I don't drive as far as you do. I've been, I guess, doing some contract work with my former employer, which has been glorious. Actually, I've had like a really cool mindset shift with this. I've gone back and helped. It's been almost 4 years that I've been gone, but I've gone back and helped numerous times. And every time I've gone, I mean, Josh, you can attest to this. You've heard this from me. I'm like, it's great to be there, but I'm like, this is not the place for me. And just recently in this last kind of stint of helping out, I'm like, I'm really glad to be here. It's been really, really good. And, but I have a commute much longer than I do typically. And this is why I was on the phone today. It's because I was driving. I was like, I'll just make a phone call. I can't message these people, but they're people I need to reach out to. I have a Ford, so I hit the sync button and I'm like, all right, call this person. But it makes me feel like you're so cheated by not being able to use the hands-free thing
But I thought,
to win in your app. I don't know.
yeah. But it is creating an opportunity for me to save money. It's creating probably me to be a better driver. Because if you also have listened, you know I was in a wreck not that long ago, which was 100% not my fault. But still, yeah, I think it's just it's a very interesting thing that I've been like, now I'm like ultra analyzing every single time I get in the car.
It's at least increasing your awareness. And I think that isn't typically a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think so. But today, I feel like it kind of plays in to what we want to talk about because wanted to talk to you today about, can you see the opportunity? And it, I had this conversation with Bree in regards to money, but I mean, even the insurance app, like it plays into it because like that app has existed almost the whole time I've had Allstate, but I've never used it. And it took someone being like, "Oh, why are you not getting this like um how would you not get into this when it could save you 10% and then you can get rid of it if you need it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why have I never done that?" Like it was just like all of a sudden a new opportunity presented, or I saw an old opportunity in a different light,
Mhm.
which kind of plays into what you just said with the work stuff. Like it was a old opportunity which you've gone back to, but now for some reason you're seeing it in a different light. Um, but I've been having this conversation with Bree in regards to cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency has been like really moving pretty um, in pretty parabolic, is that the word I want? Um, Moves, like pretty substantial moves. Um, and it's interesting because like you and I have talked about cryptocurrency a lot. It's how our podcast started. Um, and I would say I noticed this, and maybe you did too, that like um, when we were trying to tell everyone about it, there was a few people who could see the vision and grasp it, but there was a lot of people who didn't see the opportunity and they
Yeah.
didn't want anything to do with it because they didn't understand it and they couldn't see the opportunity in it. And my heart really is for people to see the opportunity in whatever it is you're doing, um, whether it's crypto or a job or saving money on your car insurance, like whatever it is, like can you like I think abundance is seeing is being able to see the opportunities. Um Breeze told me this before, but early on she in her walk with God, she had a conversation about abundance, and God told her, or she told him, I don't remember which direction it went. I think he told her, abundance is having more than one choice. Like a simple way to look at abundance is you have an opportunity to make multiple decisions. You're not just trapped into one thing. And I think that's such a beautiful way to look at it. But in this, like, past couple weeks, I've just been like asking God to let me see the opportunity in life. And so it
Hmm.
starts with downloading a silly app that is way too particular about the way I drive, um, because it's saving 10% on my car insurance. Actually, it's like 10% just for downloading it, and then it's like a potential for more savings on top of that if they deem you to be a safe driver.
Hmm.
Um, and so like that's pretty crazy. Um, and I just want to be someone who sees the opportunity. That's what I want from my life.
I like that a lot, and I like that you've kind of defined it. Um, I haven't put any kind of definition on it, but I feel like I've been in a really similar place. And we've talked about some things coming up, but we haven't talked about this topic specifically. So it's interesting to see you going through this, and I'm kind of going through it a little similarly. I don't think it's the same. Um, but we were actually just talking this morning with our friend Francois. Apparently, we're going to bring him up every Monday. Um,
Good person to bring up.
but we were just talking about, and he's said he's kind of in a similar place where, as someone who tends to have a pretty broad vision, and I usually, like, I know what's coming down the pike. I know what to prepare for. I know what the options are, those kinds of things. And he was saying something similar about himself. Um, I find myself in a place where I don't actually know the opportunities that are coming. And I
Mm,
actually don't know where the fork in the roads are going to be, or the forks in the road will be. Um, and it's an interesting thing because it has made me pay way more attention to the opportunities when they come up. So, like, even with kind of this mindset shift, and being back at my old job with people that I have known for years and processes that I know well, um, having that mindset shift, and it has opened my eyes to, oh, there could be an opportunity to get back into this without it wrecking my life. I just honestly, because I didn't think that before.
yeah.
But just as I'm open to that, now all of a sudden there are other opportunities that are showing themselves because I've been willing to look in that direction. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so it's making the decision a bit more complicated, but it feels way more full of life because, just in your example from Brie and abundance, it's presenting more than one option.
Mm,
And we were talking before this, and it was kind of spurred on from other conversation and other conversations we've had outside of with one another. Um, to me, like, right now, freedom is the goal, you know? And I'm seeking, like, where am I finding life, and where am I able to operate pretty freely in the way I need to operate? Um, and so that's kind of a fun thing to explore too, um, without some big pressure to make a life or death decision, like,
mm,
now, right?
yeah. Yeah. I think it is the like, can you see the opportunity is when you start looking for the opportunity, I think that's when you start seeing that you do have abundance. Like when you start looking, then you start seeing opportunity in more places. So here's an example. My small group at church is doing a contest for Christmas of who can enter the most giveaways, um, which
That's
is
fun.
very near and dear to your heart.
It is. I
But
love giveaways.
I know. So they're doing a competition to see who can enter the most giveaways by the time we do our Christmas party. Um, and the goal of it is for people to start being able to see abundance coming from unexpected places. Like there's a mindset of like
It's
I'm not going to
fun.
enter the giveaway because I'm not going to win the giveaway.
Hmm.
Well, why would
Hmm.
you not win the giveaway? And I know that's exactly the opposite of your mindset because you love giveaways because you win giveaways.
I
Uh,
win them. But I expect to win them and then I win
ex-
them.
exactly. So like that's the goal of this challenge, and whoever in like gets the most, we're gonna give like a cash prize to. Like that's it's incentive in itself just to enter them.
That's
Um,
so fun.
but what's
Who
cool
came
about
up
it,
with that? You're gonna have to tell me afterwards who
I
came
will.
up
I'll
with that
tell you.
because I love it.
I will. I'll tell you. There's a really cool story with how that became one of the challenges. Um, there's a couple challenges. The other challenges, you have to you open a cryptocurrency account and make one trade, and you get entered into a raffle to win crypto. So that's fun. Um,
This is like
yeah,
my love language. All of these things.
I know. If only you were currently using Facebook, you would probably see these posts as well. Um,
I would. I'm in the group.
I know. Um, but I think that that's like so that the giveaway thing is really intriguing because now your nervous system is tuned to look for giveaways. Whereas before, you might have had the mindset to avoid looking or to just skip over it. It's like you don't even notice that it's there. Um, and it's like a very real thing. Like it's a very real thing that if you don't tune yourself to look for it, you might just not see it because your brain says that's not important. And so, like, I was just having this conversation with Bree tonight where she was like, "Yeah, I entered four more today." And it was like, never in the whole time I've known her have we entered giveaways. And it's like, now it's like tuning ourselves to seeing giveaways. And there's some people who've taken like a shotgun approach and they just Google giveaways and they're entering every giveaway they can get their hands on. Um, but what's fun with what's been happening with Bree is she entered a giveaway for something she was interested in, and then other giveaways are starting to pop up for things in similar areas. And so now she has like the algorithm is curating giveaways based on what she wants to win.
Mhm.
Um, and that's pretty fun.
That is fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Um, this is a very side topic, but my algorithm has been giving me lots of conspiracy theories, alien theories, and like very deep quantum spiritual things, which I love. I love it. Like those are my favorite. And so my algorithm my feed has really been looking much different lately. And it's probably because I actually stop and listen and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's a side note. I have to.
No, I love it. Our friend Brandon will be so proud.
I was just talking with Brandon today about some of those things.
That's probably why your algorithm's on it. Brandon has influenced it.
Actually, no, because I also said, "Are you even on Instagram?" Because I would share these things with you because I'm not on TikTok. And he's like, "Yes, I am." I was like, "How were we never friends on Insta? Like we're actually friends, except not connected on this platform." So now I'm sure it will really go that direction.
That's awesome. It's
But back to
amazing.
the topic.
Yeah, I just think it's really like there's been something going on in me of really trying to look for opportunities. Um, and when I'm looking for opportunities, I'm seeing opportunities that I never would have seen before. So specifically for me, it has been in like thinking, oh, like, crypto's been pretty slow for 3 or 4 years, and having a mindset of, well, I shouldn't even invest anything because it's just not going anywhere. And then investing in something that went up 20%. And it's like, oh, like if I wouldn't have tried, like I could have just sat on the side and watched it move, but instead I got to participate because I was open to seeing an opportunity.
That's fun. I think sitting on the sidelines and watching things move is super fun,
Can
but it
be.
does something completely different to your entire nervous system
Mm,
when you participate with it.
yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean, watching a football game versus playing a football game or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same game and a completely different experience.
Yeah. For sure. It is, yeah, it's the same thing, but a different experience. I think that's a great way to put it. Like, that's how it feels with the crypto stuff. Like, um, I've been watching it for a while, but now I like put something in the game and it's like, oh, this is different and it's fun.
That's funny. I was just talking to you earlier. I have a few coins that I've watched for years. Like I get notifications on them. And it's just so fun to watch them move. And they've really been moving a lot in the last couple of weeks. Like I just got a notification. Oh, it's up 30% today. Super fun to watch. But they're like my teams. Like if we're going back to the sports analogy, they're
Yeah.
like my teams and I'm watching them. Whereas others, I'm on the team and
Yeah.
like actively playing with them. And that's, I don't know, I kind of enjoy both.
Yeah. No, I think they can both be amazing. Um, yeah, I want people to see the opportunity and think the opportunity could be for them. So whether it's entering giveaways that you wouldn't normally enter because of course you're going to win, or if it's buying a crypto or whatever your opportunity looks like I just want you to like dip your toe in any opportunity you see because it will open your mind up to opportunities you didn't see.
So good. I think I was thinking this a few minutes ago, but I really think that being open to different opportunities like this, recognizing them, also does something for stretching you and your capacity.
Mm,
So if we're talking about giveaways or cryptocurrency, like what if it stretches you and what you're worth and what your value is and what you're able to hold and what you're capable of having or holding or participating in? You know what I mean? Like, what if it stretches you in that way? What if some of these things start stretching you into places that you never thought you could do, but you wanted to? I mean, I don't know. I think it's worth looking into.
yeah, yeah.
And you don't even have to choose all of the opportunities.
No,
Like
I'm
just
just
being open to seeing them will stretch
yeah,
you.
yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is when you start looking for them, you'll see them, and that opens up your mindset to things you never even thought were possible because all of a sudden you're open to possibilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the universe is like, oh, hey, they're looking for opportunities. Let me show them opportunities. The universe functions very much so like your algorithm.
That's true. That's very true. Great convo today, Joshua.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us today. Come back on Thursday. We'll have another convo. We're working on talking a little bit more about money mindset this month. Hopefully with um, a seasoned guest, but we'll see if he responds.
That's true. We
But
are
we'll talk
working
about it
on a
anyway.
couple guests that will
Yes,
be a lot of fun.
for sure. Okay. Well, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.
You guys.
Hey, thanks for listening. Keep up with us along this journey by liking, subscribing, and becoming a member through YouTube.
Members get exclusive access to bonus content with our guests, deeper dives into topics, and a look into other projects. We're glad to have you here. See you next time.